From the deep dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabitha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game. I'm Nikodas.
And I'm still Grebog. Computer, run program. FAR episode 206, campaign promo choice recommendation. I'm sure you've all heard your recommendations from various other people. I know some people, as soon as like January rolled around, put out recommendations. We waited a bit because now some people have already completed their campaign, but others have not. But anyway, if you'd like to support us, well, one, being here, talking to us, or listening is support enough. However, you could also support us by following. We appreciate follows here, or you can subscribe. We appreciate those too. And you can even go to coffee.com, which is ko-fi.com/GREBOG, and you can send us some coffee money that way.
Yeah, I can always go for a coffee.
So Nikodas, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
My week has been good. I have done a thing in STO. So first of all, I started leveling some long neglected characters. And in the process of leveling these long neglected characters, I redid my spam bars, my keybinds. And I've been going through not only every character, but every ship that every character has, and redoing all my trays to go along with the new thing. It's kind of been a headache, but it's kind of been interesting too. Because I found out exactly which ships that I have been neglecting this whole time. It's been interesting, but that has taken up a great deal of time. Also, I've discovered somebody on Facebook who has only recently started playing STO. I offered my aid, and this person has now become a good friend. At least an in-game friend. We're still getting to know each other outside of that, but an in-game friend, and we've been leveling some characters together and stuff. And I'm hoping this individual is able to watch the show tonight and potentially join in here when we're done with our talking bit. Outside of, go ahead. Sorry,
I was like, talking bits. We don't do that.
Just one, just
a little
here
bit.
And there, just a little bit. Except tonight. Outside of that, I have been playing a lot of tabletop games. I am running a D&D game with my family. They are in Ravenloft right now, and specifically they are in Barovia, which is the home of Strahd. And here in an upcoming game session, I am going to introduce them to Strahd, and this is going to be fun because they are level 5. And Strahd is, or 6. They just leveled tonight, so they are level 6. And Strahd is way higher than that. So this should be interesting. I'm curious to see how they handle the situation. So that'll be fun. I also have gotten back into Magic. I picked up some Lorcana today, too, because I want to try it. I know I'm crazy, but, it is what it is. And video game wise, just the regular ones that I've been on. I played a little bit of WoW. I'm still trekking towards 70 on the Pandaria stuff they've got going on. I want to get there, but other things keep pulling me away. And I've been playing a lot on the Destiny 2 expansion. What about you, Grebog?
I've maxed out my 70 in remix with gear. Like gear's completely maxed out. So now I'm using that tune to farm the bronze to get all the various mounts, toys, pets, and stuff. I still have basically 1.3 million bronze to farm up to complete everything. If you haven't started, I think it's like close to 1.6 million. So, though some of that was cut down by things I picked up while leveling. If you level up any tunes, you pretty much are going to get all of the world gear color transmogs that they put in. So you probably won't have to buy any of that. That seemed pretty quick and easy because like I leveled the priest and he has all 3 colorations of the world gear stuff, and then there's obviously quest gear, which yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm buying the expensive mounts first. Then I'm gonna buy the expensive toys because they're like 38,750 I think for the expensive mounts, and 50K. There's a 50K toy. Fortunately, though, also by way back in Pandaland, I actually earned some of the rewards other ways, so I don't have to buy those either. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing somewhat. I've been kind of chilling in WoW a little bit for the fact that, or not WoW, STO, because one, I wasn't a big fan of the previous event. I know it's over. We've started the red alert, but I like I said, I just was not a big fan of that previous event. But it's fine. I mean, you know, I got my rewards out of it. That was the main thing. And I figured since I wasn't enjoying the event, I'd take a cooldown period, I guess would be a good way to put it, so I don't burn myself out on the game. Because if I'm not enjoying the event, pushing through the event more would just have probably killed me. Well, maybe not. You know, it would have probably put a bigger damper on me wanting to play STO, and I don't want to do that. So I was letting WoW distract me some. Outside of that, let's see. I had a vampire steal something from players. That was in my D&D game. I had they also they've gone to the 9 hells, which has been interesting, and I'll already warn, like, well, Nikodas will know now, but the other players will find out next time we game that I use ChatGPT to write up a contract. That they want to go see Mephisto and cut a deal with Mephisto, and so I had ChatGPT write up a contract for him.
Personally, I feel like that's a really bad idea.
What?
But I got outvoted, so
Cutting a deal with Mephisto, or me using ChatGPT to write contracts.
I don't care about the AI. It's specifically going to make a deal with the demon. I just think that's a really bad idea. But the rest of the party wants to do it, so whatever.
Yeah. So that was my fun in games. Oh, and I also found out about a new encounter builder for 5e, and it's called Battle Sim. And apparently they have worked through a lot of the weird kinks and bugs so if you go with 5e on how to build an encounter, apparently it gets really wonky in the top end, and so this is supposed to have, they've taken all the character, like they took a bunch of character creations and did simulations against like actual monsters and stuff to see what it would work out, and that the battle sim then taking all the data that they generated, they can simulate what it's going to be like if you for a party of 6 players or a party of 8 players and so on, going up against various monsters and stuff, and it will tell you, oh, your players should roughly have half life or this many expended spell slots and stuff like that, and the monster will be dead. It'll be interesting. I'm gonna tinker with it. Anyway, that's enough with that. We're not a WoW podcast. We're not a D&D podcast. I mean, we could probably do one, but this week in STO though, they released all kinds of information. Some of it's a little older, some of it's newer. I tried to put this into the notes based on roughly when it's all starting. I think I got it right. So starting today, or no, starting 2 days ago, starting Tuesday, we had the R&D weekend start. You have until July 2nd to take advantage of it. 50% more research experience for all R&D schools. So if you have not maxed out your R&D, now is the time to do it. Or if you have recruits that need to work on R&D for those special unlocks, now's the time to do it.
All right. So we have a junior officer week going on. This runs until July 2nd. Basically, you get bonus commendation XP from DOF assignments. You can receive a special purple duty officer just by talking to your duty officer contact. And there's a Academy Trace particle scanning event where you can go around and basically scan a bunch of stuff to build not crafting material, upgrade items. Right? That's what that is, right?
No, you get 5 traces. Well, the number of traces you pick up depends on what you can buy. There is a vendor, you get to buy one, only one. You do not get to buy one of each until the next event comes along. Then you can do it again and get another duty officer. But
I'm thinking of a different event, aren't I?
All right. Yes. This lets you buy a duty officer.
I gotcha.
75 traces for the very rare, which, from my understanding, if you're going to do it, you might as well. It doesn't take long to get to the 75, so just push for 75.
There you go.
All right, Mud Soul System Defense Bundle. We talked about it last week. The reason I left it in here was it's still on sale and will be on sale until July 4th. The pick 3 sale price is $14,750 or $147 or $147.50.
Yep.
That's the regular price is $29,500. And then the mega bundle would get you all the stuff in the bundle. 25,000 Zen for the sale price and 50,000 Zen for its full price. As we talked about the last time, the items you can choose for Saturn Intel Science Spearhead, the United Earth Defense Force vessel, Mars Pilot Escort, or you can pick one of the various tokens and ship upgrades and that. You all know what those are. I'm not going to go through all that. But there's all kinds of other options. Obviously, pick the ships. The best value is always going to come out of getting the ships. And these will be account-wide if you were to spend the dollars.
All right, so there is a Zen sale going on Xbox and PlayStation. 20% off all Zen purchases, and that lasts until July 3rd.
And then we have a placeholder event, aka Red Alert, and that started on Tuesday. You get 5 completions, and then you can get your reward of an ultimate tech upgrade and a specialization point. But don't worry, the Zenkethi fail condition will likely be removed in future runs of this event. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Maybe, eventually. Okay, so we have an upcoming Temporal Recruit event. This starts on July 2nd, runs to July 23rd. All platforms will be able to create a Temporal agent during this time. Couple notes here. First of all, you only need 1 per account because the unlocks are account-wide, so creating more than 1 is not overly useful. And if you already have one that you have made previously, then there's no need to make another one now. It should also be noted that these are the TOS Starfleet characters only. The other factions do not have a temporal agent recruit. So take that as you will.
All right. And also moving on to the future, starting also on July 2nd. It's time to hit the sun and get some beach. I'm guessing 20 completions. I think that's the standard for a month-long event. And doing that will get you the Voven Obelisk Carrier T6, or aka the T6 Obelisk Carrier. They also are going to add in, like, we'll talk about the ship here once I go run through the store items. The new Ryzian store items they're adding in is we're going to get a new universal kit frame, the Ryzian Terraformer kit frame. It looks interesting. If you use a bunch of different of the elements, it gives, each time you use an element, it boosts your kit performance by 100 for duration. So if you're using a bunch of different things like fire, ice, or I was like, I'm not sure what all, and they're adding in some new kit modules to help you hit those different elements. And so tactical kit module, there's going to be a Storm Strike, science kit module, Static Slam, engineering kit module, Electrical Overcharge. I don't know how well those are performed. Those sound, they sound interesting to me. And then we have 2 new baseball uniforms for the London Kings. That's just 2 different colorations. I would guess a home jersey or home outfit and an away outfit. Then we also have the new London Kings power board and a London Kings floater. So we're getting some new baseball themed stuff that they like to do. And then they are adding in 3 new, they said sub aqua suits. They're scuba suits, if you don't know what that means. So if you've been looking for something like that, then I guess now's your time. And then I saved the best for last. We're getting a rainbow Murph. Well, I guess it's a rainbow melanoid.
I want the rainbow Murph. I really do.
I know. I was like, that's it's amazing.
So the ship stats were released today. It is a full carrier, so 2 hangar bays. It's got a science base, so it's 6 weapon slots, 3 forward, 3 aft. It comes with an updated version of the Swarmers as your hangar pets, and as always, you can get upgraded ones from the fleet. It looks interesting. It is a full spec ship with a commander command spot. It's commander engineering / command and lieutenant commander engineering / miracle worker. So it like seating wise, it's kind of interesting. A lot of people are upset because it's a 3-3 weapons layout instead of a 4-3 or 5-3 or 5-2, I guess. But it's a full carrier. It even, so the trait also launches additional swarm. I think it's the trait, maybe the console. I think it's the trait. I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but it launches additional carriers or additional swarmers just as you fly around. It can have 8, so you get the
It's the
full
4-piece.
hangar piece. That is the 4-piece. You're right. Okay, so if you equip all this stuff from the previous version and the older mission and then the new stuff, you get a 4-piece bonus that gives you extra hangar pets essentially for free.
Yeah,
that you can't really control. And if you pair that with the I was going to say the Eagle, that's not right. One of the newer ships had a trait on it that boost all your pets. So if you combine this with that, I think you can do some credible damage off just the pets.
See, my look at the ship being that it has a
Not
command.
The Hydra. It's the Hydra. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah. The fact that it has a commander seating, is interesting. I was like, the Miracle Worker makes me think they wanted to make it tanky. I'm trying to find do I have a command bridge officer somewhere? I'm just kind of curious on what powers you would get. What's special at command?
Typically, it's for torpedo build.
Yeah.
That's what you see a lot of command doing with torpedo. And I mean, you could do a torpedo mine layer with this thing. That probably wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting because
I don't know.
Is it call emergency artillery that people like to use?
That's the other one. Yeah, that's the other power that they like. I don't know. It looks interesting. I know there's a lot of people that are already hating on it, but I could see some interesting builds on it, and it's full spec. Even the Alliance ship that we got this year was not completely full spec. Like it had 2 specialty seats, but neither of them were a commander seat.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad to see the full spec. I don't know. I'm not willing to say it's a bad ship yet because I don't know what it's going to look like. Yeah.
I mean, if you did a carrier build where you were focused on boosting your pets and you're letting your pets deal most of the damage, I think it could be interesting.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. This is a carrier, which is why when I saw that it was 3-3, I wasn't shocked. It's not a Dreadnought carrier. It's not a flight deck carrier. It just is a carrier. So
I don't know. Again, I think it could be interesting, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe after the event we'll put a build together on it and see what happens. I like the rest of our builds, so why not, right?
Sure.
All right, so let's move on. We've talked half our show away on just news. All right, guys. So we are winding down on the event campaign. Some people have already completed it, especially if they bought out one or more of the events. If not, you're probably getting close. I personally am 2/3 of the way there. One more event will probably finish off as long as I do it for the entire run of the event. The summer event will not be part of that, but whatever event comes after the summer event should be. So keep an eye on that. You can always buy it out too if you want to for Lobby Shutter. I don't know. I have never picked a promo ship from the event campaign, so I was not entirely sure what I wanted, other than the Protostar. But I want the Protostar because I like the look of the ship. So what we did is we came up with a list of like the best ships to get from a variety of standpoints. So we've got our top 3, and then we have some honorable mentions, and we'll get to those in a minute. So, Grebog, you want to start us off with our, I guess, top 1?
The big one right now that probably everyone's recommending people to pick up would be the Gorn Hunter Pilot Raider. And that is because if you haven't been paying attention, then you don't know this, but it's got if you're going to do anything like DPS, high DPS, it's got a trait that complex plasma fires, and it has a console lure team command, and then also it adds in plasma quad cannons. So yeah, it brings a lot to the table. I have not heard a lot of people liking to fly the ship itself. It's more getting the trait in the console and the plasma quad cannons.
Now, I want to be clear on this because a lot of people are saying that these traits and the trait in the console are meta, but it's really only meta if you run plasma weapons. because if you're not running plasma, then these are not going to help you. Like the trait increases the dot damage on your plasma fires. The console pulls everything together and adds dots like a plasma fire. And the quad cannons do not add the dot, but they lower resistance to the dot. So these items together, along with whatever other plasma weapons you're using, should increase the damage of the dots by a lot.
Yeah, and also meta only works until they put out something new that has something better.
Right, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. So our number 2 pick, and this one's kind of silly because I already mentioned it, it's the Protostar. And the reason it's on the list is because there are a lot of people that want that ship just for Space Barbie, just for its appearance, because it's a cool looking ship. And a lot of people apparently think that. The Protostar platform is okay, not great at really anything. It doesn't have a notable trait or console really, but it does come with the highest speed for sector space. I don't know exactly what that speed is, and I don't know if you can boost that speed. But instead of a quantum slipstream drive, it has the proto drive, and you will go fast. I'm curious. I'm curious to try it out in like the money run, just to see.
Tour the galaxy.
Yes.
Take some of the stuff that I put into that one speed build on to the Protostar. See how much it helps it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm probably going to do that if it'll help. It may not, but we'll see. I'll let you talk about your favorite ship there.
And I like the World Razer Temporal Operations Juggernaut. While yes, it can look a little funky for some people, you can make it look like a standard, Galaxy class if that's what you want. You do not have to keep it looking like it is. And the reason it's on here is it has a really good console on it, Light of Civilization. It's great for damage builds. The platform, it's a great platform for a beam overload setup. So if you are doing a beam overload build and can't afford it, the World Razer is a pretty good ship to put a beam overload build on. I did, without knowing that it was supposed to be like one of the best ships for a beam overload build. That is what I actually set up on it, because I'm like, this looks like it'd be pretty good for beam overload. And hey, it is. But plus, then if you have the immolating phaser lance so the Light of Civilization very much looks like another phaser lance, but it's a little different on its graphics. Yeah. So you could have multiple phaser lances. Oh.
So that's the top 3. The next section, we have 2 ships in. These are very good ships to pick up. They have good traits and consoles. We'll go over that in a minute. But the thing that sets them off of the top 3 is these are available in the Zen Store. The first one is the Mirror Engle Strike-Wing Escort, and what you're looking for here is the trait, which is Superior Area Denial. This is a trait that as you blow up enemies, you get a buff. The more enemies you blow up, the longer the buff lasts, and it doesn't go away until there's nothing left for you to blow up, or you leave map, or you die. This is available as part of the 12th Anniversary Terran bundle in the Zen Store.
And then we have also the Styx Terran Dreadnought Cruiser. This is also in the Zen Store. It's another one of the anniversary bundles. Let's say 13th anniversary. So if you buy the entire bundle, you get this ship. That's also the caveat on both of these. You have to buy the entire bundle to get either the Mirror Engle Strike-Wing Escort or the Styx Terran Dreadnought. They do not even though they put them into the bundles, they did not make them individual sales like the rest of the ships that were in the bundles. So yeah.
And those bundles are expensive. So if you don't want to buy the bundle, you want to use your your token from the event to get these, that's still a viable option.
Yeah. The Styx is a great tanking platform. There are many builds out there on setting it up. I have one. It's just a really good platform for a tank setup.
Our next section has 5 ships in it. This is the last ones that we're going to talk about. These ships are all really good ships to get. We'll tell you why. But again, the reason they're not higher on the list is because they are all available in Mud's Market as account-wide unlocks. Grebog might have something else to talk about here in a minute too. So the first one worth noting is the Atlas prototype Dreadnought cruiser. The big thing about this one is the console on it, which is the DPRM. You'll hear about that console. We used to hear about that console a lot. It used to be used everywhere as other options have become more readily available. It has kind of fallen out of favor. So it was formerly considered a meta console. Now it is more or less just a really good console. It's still useful in a variety of builds.
Great for damage. Just now there's so many other choices. Yeah. Next we have the D7 Miracle Worker Flight Deck Carrier. It has the meta trait, the Ruin of Our Enemies. There are a lot of jellyfish builds out there that use this, and it makes the jellyfish shine super well in destroying everything. There are other builds out there that use that trait, but that is like, if you want to take your jellyfish to the next level, you just want to be able to sit and watch your ship blow everything up, this is probably the one to pick up. Again, it's in a Muds bundle, so but if you don't want to spend that 150 or so, yeah.
Plus, the D7, that version of the D7 is just gorgeous. Had to put that out there. So next on the list is the Nakej. Not sure how to pronounce that. NAQJEJ Intel Battlecruiser. It comes with a trait called Ceaseless Momentum, which is, thank you for correcting my spelling error, which is fantastic for torpedo builds. Otherwise not useful, but it increases kinetic damage and even has a 1 second reduction on torpedo cooldowns. So very good one to have.
Another one is the Sona Command Science Vessel. This is great if you're going to be doing a control or a EPG that has some control in it. It has a trait in it called Kick Them While They're Down, and essentially anytime you do control stuff, it does more. Yeah, it just stacks more against the enemy. You're literally kicking them while you have them held in place.
Fantastic. The last ship we want to mention is the Vodwar Miracle Worker Juggernaut. And this one doesn't necessarily have a trait or console that is meta, but the ship itself is widely considered to be one of the best DPS platforms in the entire game. Still, even though it's an older ship.
Yeah. It's a pretty good ship, and I still see it out there, and it's still slapping. Yeah. Slapping the enemies around.
So that is our list of recommendations for the year-long event. We will probably revisit this next year because I'm sure there's going to be more ships to add to the list, things that have come out this year that won't be available until next year, and so on and so forth. But that's what we've got for now. So,
all right,
deep breath. We're done.
I guess secondary target here now. Some things that they didn't blog about. There apparently is an Infinity promo R&D bundle sale going on now. You have 4 days, 16 hours to buy any of the R&D packs. This gives you a shot at a promo ship. It will give you 10 Lobby crystals per promo box that you open. On top of, I believe, yeah, you also will get some elite R&D materials. So that way you can make some elite consoles. The 4-pack is back. Also, you can buy the individual or 4-pack. There also appears to be, maybe this is with the junior officer thing, but duty officers are also on sale right now. The 4-pack of those are not. Oh no, yeah, the 4-pack is back, and that also would be part of the promo system. Typically when they do the promo sales, when they put the duty officers on sale as well. So there's that. And then there's also some duty officer slots on sale, and they still have the captain alteration tokens on sale. You have 6 more days to pick those up. So yeah, you have until July 4th to buy the stuff that ends in 6 days.
All right. Is that everything?
I think so.
All right, let's go blow something up. You good with that?
I'm good with that.
Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Okay.
Tholians. Tholians.
Yeah, it popped as soon as I clicked on it. As soon as we're done with this, let's maybe run a rando and see if anybody wants to join us.
Sure.
For our, last run of the night or whatever. Oh, I've been playing around with my ships, like I said, right? And I discovered something about this legendary Avenger. I can equip 7 isomags on it. So I am isomagged out right now.
I might be able to. I was like, this ship might be a good one to do for isomags. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I have not looked at this build ever in a long time. All I know is I do some amazing damage with it.
I ran past the enemy. That's funny.
And we're done. Even though there was still a sphere alive.
That's crazy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and exit this time.
Yeah, me too. And don't forget, folks, if you want to go back to where you were in space, hit the leave map button, not the exit that they give you in the special new window. If you hit the exit in the special new window, it sends you outside of Sol.
That's another thing they need to fix. I'm on the opposite side of you from where I was. It moved me. That's kind of funny. All right, so nobody spoke up to say they wanted to join us. So
actually, if I did isomags on this ship, I would be able to go to 7 isomags, and then I could get rid of the 4 locators.
That's what I did. The Legendary Avenger, I had 5 locators, but when I realized I could put 7 isomags on here, I switched. So I've now got 7 isomags, and it seems to be working pretty well. I might actually main this ship again for a while. That's the same number of isomags that I can put on the Terran Lexington. So that's kind of a thing. All right, let's do a rando and then we'll call it. All right.
Okay.
You want to try elite, or shall we just stay on advanced?
I don't care. Whatever you want to do. This ship does some pretty good DPS, so
let's see what happens if we get the wee woo. It's a nice little ship you've got there. Very vintage.
What I was going for.
Is that a carrier? Is that
No.
a flight deck carrier? Just a cruiser?
Just a Americorker. As I'm copying my keybinds and for the combat log.
There you go.
So that way I
We did
can
not.
start and stop combat logs on this guy. This is, yeah, just a Americorker light cruiser. Successfully joined operation. Stand by. That was interesting. I've never been warned that I was joining.
Huh. Well, I canceled the elite because it didn't pop fast enough. There's the advanced. Okay. Wee woo?
Wee woo.
Must not be a lot of people running TFOs tonight. That was kind of a slow queue.
Oh. Hard to say.
course,
I've
we don't
noticed
have-
that there's been a red alerts is the time I think some people decide to take a night off or take time off from the game because yeah, they're not a big fan of red alerts and they don't get much out of them.
Yeah, I get that. I can understand that.
In my opinion, if you're going to take a time off because you know during an event or something, red alerts are probably good ones to skip.
There we go.
I always try to recommend people try not to skip other events because you may not be a big fan of the reward, but you may eventually down the road go, ah, shit, boy, I wish I had that for whatever reason.
Oh, this is not terrible. This should be interesting. All Federation ships. That doesn't happen very often either.
All tactical, but me.
I'm a battle cruiser.
No.
Oh,
Everyone's
captains,
a tactical officer, but me.
except you. Also interesting. No scientist in this group. Well, even though I guess you're the tank, even though you're in the smallest ship. I'm going to the right.
I guess I'm gonna go left because 3 of you went right.
Reinforcements are inbound. The starbase is secure.
Well, I don't have to worry about my side. My side's gonna be golden.
We're
'Cause,
down. we were like a split second behind you. I should have gone to the other side. I actually like the other side better. You know what? Marcus came over here, so I'm going to switch over to you.
O'Shea's over here.
The troop transports from the starbase
Alright.
are moving toward the planet.
I'm sure you've got it. I just feel like the extra person that nobody needs.
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of theta radiation. Close them.
Hey, look, I have something to close. I'm not completely worthless. So, how's things going over there?
Pretty good. Closing gateways, blowing stuff up.
Yeah, I know the feeling. These raiders just keep coming.
The troop transports from the starbase.
Just a reminder, folks, when doing this. You do not. There's not a real big point to close the spawning gateways. They just respawn another one. As soon as you close one, it spawns a new one
in a different location, which kind of drives me crazy because I have a place that I like to sit that gives me access to two of the, at least two, sometimes three of the portals we do need to close. And it just makes me like reorient, which drives me crazy.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
So while we're sitting here just, blowing stuff up and taking names, shall we talk about next week?
So next week, chaos is gonna happen.
We have friends coming out the woodwork too. I know Midnight Age has said he'll join us. Born Gear said he might be able to join us. I think Memento is going to come join us. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see who all shows up. But, it'd be nice to have our old friends come back, at least for the anniversary. You want to tell them what we're doing?
So next week, let me pull up. I put it in the announcements. Next week is PvP, which is not our normal cup of tea.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use tier 2 ships. If you want to use tier 1, go for it. And then you're gonna only use white equipment that is tier 3, nothing higher, and which you can buy from a vendor, easily get picked up. And then we're free to use whatever bridge officer abilities we like. So if you have an I win bridge officer, then I guess you win.
Then we all lose. It should be fun. And no consoles. No consoles.
Yeah, no consoles. Yeah.
Even if you're using a ship that, comes with a special console, like I know the NX has the grapplers that are kind of a weaker version of tractor beam, and what is it? The Essex? That's not the right one. The one that they just redid the skin for.
Exeter.
Yes, the Exeter has a torpedo buffing console. Lets it hunt down cloaked ships. You can't use those. Get rid of them. You said oops. Oops what?
I accidentally closed my spawning gateway because I don't know. I killed things so fast I went out of combat and it popped up and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do something. It's fine.
About that. Oh yeah, we're good. We still have a minute to go, and we're already 17 bonus transports landed. We's doing good. Oh, somebody else beat me to it. Alrighty then. We wanted everybody to be on even footing. Last year, we did it with shuttles. We didn't limit the equipment, though. We let everybody bring their best consoles and equipment on the shuttles. It was a crazy fun time. But this year, we decided we wanted everybody on more even footing, and we wanted, lower level players to be able to participate without feeling like they were completely under-geared or whatever.
Why is there's the gateway gone? Why is the gateway not closing?
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
So that's what we got. Should be fun. Should be fun. Should be interesting. The fights shouldn't be over in a millisecond. So you'll actually get to, see the ships wailing on each other.
Oh, come on. It's funny when people get, I know immolating phaser lance was one of the consoles that was wrecking people. But there was,
though.
There was a couple other consoles that did some amazing things.
The Lance was funny. Didn't somebody have the Fire Breath? Because the Fire Breath had just come out.
I think so. It's just, yeah, there are some things that are clearly not designed for shuttlecraft.
Nope. Well, you know, they don't really support the shuttles anymore anyway. They only ever did, what, two missions and one TFO that were shuttle designed?
Ah! Get evaporated.
The Dreadnought got wrecked.
Oh, I set up all those things and I forgot to enable combat logging. Oh, well.
This isn't a great one to do that with anyway. There's too much downtime.
Yeah, I know. It just would have been curious to see.
There we go. We are done. We only have 3 viewers. Are you going to raid somebody or you just want to go?
Well, let's see who's out there. See who is out there. Holy crap. I saw that there's 134 people watching Star Trek Online right now.
Is Ash said hi on?
Yeah.
That's why.
Medic's on as well.
People love Ash said hi.
She's an amazing person.
I didn't say there wasn't a reason for it.
I highly recommend, if you don't know Ash said hi, go check her out. However, I think I'm going to send. Well, here, no. First, we're going to end the show like we're supposed to.
Well, okay. Well, if we're going to do that, then Monday night, join us for fun night. That's where we just go. We don't talk as much. We just go and blow stuff up. It'll be fun. You're welcome to come with us. If you need help leveling characters, or you need certain marks or whatever, we will happily go with you and get that stuff done. We have done all that before for a variety of people. So, speak up if you want us to. And then next Thursday, the anniversary event, please come and tune in for that and watch us destroy each other. It should be a lot of fun. And as always, I will leave you with the amazing words that Q said to Picard. See you out there.
Live long and prosper, everybody. Computer, end program.